Hello everybody, my name is Sari Vihakara. I'm working at Häme University of Applied Sciences as a student recruiter, and today I'm going to walk you through how to apply to Häme University of Applied Sciences. This video is actually part of a longer series of videos in which we one video go through one admission method, but this video is the first to get you familiar with the whole process. So let's get things going. So first things first, go to our webpage hamk.fi and switch the language to English. After that one, scroll down, you can see our latest news as well as small introduction about Häme University of Applied Sciences. After that one, you will see the different fields that we have a study offering. Then you can choose from these one that is the most interesting for you. And let's start with the design. You will be led to the page where you can see all the different kind of studies, whether they are bachelor, masters or open university studies on this same page. Now, Smart and Sustainable Design has only bachelor level studies. Therefore, you can choose those ones from there. You will be entered to the web page of the degree program. Here you can see lots of information about the duration of the studies, as well as what are the objectives and structure of the studies, specialization options, and if you scroll very down, there will also be some student stories, videos, quotations, and all of these kind of information. But at the more upper, you could see the apply to study. Now here you see our two main application period, one of being the direct application and the other being joint application. Now, what is the difference between joint application and direct application? In direct application, you are applying directly to HAMK. So not any other institution with the same application, only to HAMK. And in joint application, you can apply to several Finnish institutions. Another difference that there is that usually in direct application, we use admission based on your academic background, meaning that you would be submitting us, for example, your upper secondary school certificate, and we would be looking at the grades, then evaluating if you can be selected as a student or not. When on the other hand, in joint application, it's more common to have an online exam. Now, Smart and Sustainable Design is a little bit special on this one, because Smart and Sustainable Design will, in both of these methods, have motivation tasks and design tasks that is done in specific time frame. Now, as you can see, the application period for both of these are quite different. So joint application is only 2 weeks long and the direct application is much longer for us. Please bear in mind that the other application periods are shorter than the Smart and Sustainable Design. It has an extra long application period, so make sure that you always check the application period of each degree program specifically. Now, as you can see, there is a link to read the admission criteria as well as direct link to the application. Now, always make sure to read the admission criteria carefully before actually submitting the application. And once you click the admission criteria, you can see that you will be directed to a different page. So you're not anymore at HAMK's webpage, but you have been directed to Study Info. Now, if you're not familiar with Study Info is a Finnish national application portal where all the applications for degree programs are submitted. So you will not be submitting the application in HAMK website or any other website. You will be submitting it exactly here at Study Info. Now, when reading the admission criteria, you will notice that there are eligible criteria, descriptions of the admission criteria, as well as the admission procedure. So very important that you go through this webpage very carefully. And please notice that, for example, English language certificates is needed for all of our degree programs. They might vary a little bit from degree program to degree program, or between joint application and direct application. They might have a little bit differences, so make sure to check them carefully before submitting the application. The most commonly ones used at Häme University of Applied Sciences have seen to be the upper secondary school certificate or higher education certificate completed in EU or EEA country, with the English grade in the certificate being better than average of the degree scale. Then other ones that are popularly used are the International Baccalaureate, then also IELTS, TOEFL, PTE. But please notice that these IELTS, TOEFL, PTE and other ones, there is a really important point that in direct application we do not accept home editions anymore, meaning that you need to go to the test center and take the exam over there. And also another addition that we have in direct application is that you will have the minimum bandwidth of each section. Now in Smart and Sustainable Design, you would require to have IELTS 6 with the minimum bandwidth of 5. So for example, even if your writing and listening skills would be extremely good, but if your speaking skill fall below this 5.0, then unfortunately we cannot accept you. Yeah. So once you have checked through all the admission criteria and made sure that you have everything that is needed for the application, then you can enter to submitting the application. And as I mentioned, the application happens in Study Info, so no other website, only Charter Study Info. And please notice that you can send this direct application only once to Smart and Sustainable Design. And here you will see lots of different things for you to fill in, starting from your name. Now moving on over there, so fill in all the things over here. And then an important thing to remember is that all of our applications are subject to application fee. Therefore, in case you are a citizen of non-EU or countries, then you are obligated to pay the €100 application fee. So here you can fill whether you have one of these ones. In case you have any of these ones, then you don't have to pay the application fee. And also here is a reminder that in case you are a citizen outside of EU or EEA country, you do have to pay the tuition fees to Häme University of Applied Sciences. Then you will add a little something details about your educational background, what are you gonna have, and upload your copy of your diploma and certificate. Now an important thing to remember over here is that you can apply also even if you're the last year student and you don't yet have your diploma. It's completely fine, you just need to upload the latest transcript of records instead. And here you will be adding the proof of English language skills. And then here you can mention in case you have been advised by an educational agency. This will not have any effect for your application, no better, no worse. It's just for us to follow up both our partners as well as the agents who are not our partners. If you wish to know who are our partners, you can go to hamk.fi/agents and you can see all of our partners listed by the countries from here. Now please notice that there are lots of agencies who claim to be our partner but actually are not. Therefore, always make sure to check this website in case you are in any sort of a doubt. And also please notice that any, for example, tuition fees should never be paid through third-party provider. You should always pay the tuition fee directly to HAMK according to our payment instructions. So please notice that one. And as I already mentioned, using of educational agent does not give you any advantage, but our trustworthy partners can definitely help you in case there are some difficulties with applying or you wish to know more information about HAMK in general. So please do let us know in case you are using any of the education agencies. You will be followed by your permission to use the online electric service. This is kind of mandatory. And then there are other details as well. Now that's all about how to apply to HAMK in a general level. I hope this gave you some insights and help you to navigate through your application process.
Just remember that before the application, always check the admission criteria as well as gather all the documents to avoid any hassle throughout the application process. Now, I wish you all the best for the application and I hope that we will see at HAMK. Bye bye.